This is the Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and it's that time. Howie has done all the turkeys and the 2 roosters, and I'm going to clean them, debone them, grind what I can for the freezer, and then I'm going to make broth. Okay, here's our turkey. Now this is one of our young ones, and he's got lots of nice fat on him. I'm pretty sure this is our bourbon Narragansett Cross. This guy came away really clean, so I'm going to keep him whole. I'm going, the other one was a little scrawnier. First, let's get rid of this neck. So you just, because each vertebrae is in a piece, if you can get the tip of your knife in, and like this, and turn it, you will get that neck broke. And then we do the other end, the other side. We do it from the back. Oh, it's not easy, folks. Have a knife sharpener handy at all times. Almost broke my knife, but there we go. There is the neck. Here is the breastbone right here. Here is his vent. Okay, we want to pick the skin up like this, just the skin, and slice through there. Slice through a little bit more. We do not want to hit any intestines, folks. Okay, so now I'm going to go up here a little bit, avoiding the vent. You really want to be careful cutting around that vent, folks, because it's attached to his intestines, and as you can see, Papa feeds them really well. And you run your fingers down the breastbone, all the way down to the crop, and you loosen everything with your fingers. You swip them back and forth, and you grip. Oh, excuse yourself. And out it all comes. And this turkey, what breed was this? Bourbon Red Narragansett Cross? He's loaded with fat around his organs. He's well fed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how Mrs. Wolfie does it. But before I go any further, well, we got to get the lungs. Now, I don't know if you can see this. The lungs are way down, those bright pink things. Very healthy birds. Way down in there, but they're inside the rib cage. So you've got to get, after you get the innards out, you've got to go in and scoop right into the ribs to pull out the lungs. This was not a tom, folks. This was a hen. You know how I know? There is the beginnings of eggs. That's how they start, is in these little rubbly type things. Those are yolks. That's where they come from. Now, before I go any further, I want to show you the gizzard. I don't know why I've never shown this before. Usually I'm cutting so many birds. This is the gizzard, okay? And he's fat. She's fatty. That's one of the reasons I love hens. Okay, we want to find, this is where her crop comes out, or her feeding tube, so to speak. Now, I'm going to very carefully slice down on either side, alongside, and then I'm going to show you. Look at this. This is the pouch that their food goes in, and you'll see little bits of rock in there. Why? That's how they chew, folks. It goes in here with gravel, and these 2 muscles just gyrate and chew their food. This is gravy gold. I'm going to get rid of this. Just dumping the crop in the garbage. I'm going to rinse this so I can give you a better look. This is like leather. This is where all the stuff goes, and what we do not want this. See the hole where the food goes in? We're going to push that through, and we're just going to grab the edge, and we are going to start peeling this inner layer of tissue, just like that. See? That's okay. That's just molded that way because of this. This you don't want. And that, my friends, is the gravy gold. But this is going in to the pressure canner with the bones and all the other bits I cut off that are worth keeping, because that's part of my stock. All right, we'll see you guys at the table. Okay, so here's our beautiful little hen. She is going to be Christmas dinner. Now, I don't have any freezer bags that are going to fit her, so I'm double bagging her. What I did is I cut under here between the Pope's nose and here, and I stuffed her legs in it, and I just tied her wings in place so that when it comes out of the freezer, it's going to look nice and things aren't going to be sticking out all over the place. Do as much as I can to get as much air as I can out. And there it is for Papa to put in the freezer. Here I have 2 big pressure canners with about 2 gallons of water in each one. And I've got celery, onions, carrots, 1 bay leaf, a teaspoon of peppercorns, and a teaspoon of salt. Same here. So if you want, all I'm going to try and do here, let's try and show you what I'm doing, is there's the breastbone, and I'm just going to slide along the breastbone with a very sharp knife. You just slide a good sharp knife along the rib cage. See what I mean? There's still going to be lots of meat in this broth. Lots. But we're going to have more than one way to eat it other than soup. Okay. All right. That is going in the pot. Okay. Here is my first canner, and it's full of mostly parts. Like, you can't, I'm not good at deboning chickens, folks. I mean, there's going to be more broth and meat in jars than there will be in the freezer ground, but that's okay because nothing's going to get wasted. So now we're going to put our lid on here and lock it down, and then we're going to turn this on. As soon as this vents a steady stream of steam for 10 minutes, we're just going to put a 10-pound weight on that, turn it down to medium, and we're just going to let it pressure cook for 90 minutes. Now, yes, that's a bit excessive, but if you want all the flavor out of those bones, man, you've got to be a bit excessive. There is no burning it when you're pressure canning. Okay, this has been venting a steady stream of steam for the last 10 minutes. On goes the 10-pound weight, and I'm going to set my timer for 90 minutes as soon as that jiggles vigorously for the first time. Okay, here is what we've got for meat. They don't debone easy, and I don't have the strength or the time. Most of it went into the canners, and now I'm going to grind this up. Okay, so now that my meat is all ground, and I've got about probably 5 or 6 pounds, I have a bowl of water because somebody made a point I should chill it before it goes in the freezer, especially if it's been in like an hour or so. So I've got water in this dish pan with some ice packs in it. Turning my bags down at the cuff, and I'm using an ice cream scoop. Just so that I don't have to touch the meat anymore. I'm about to have a shower as soon as I'm done this. But this also gives me some control over the measurement. I'm knotting the bag. I'm not twist tying it because I am putting it in water and I don't want it to leak in, okay? So here I've got 11, 12, probably an even dozen, 1/2 to 3/4 pound packages of ground turkey. I'm happy with that. As soon as this chills, Daddy's gonna drain it and put it in the freezer. Okay, folks. Yes, I'm kind of goggle-eyed. My eyes are dry because I've been editing. I've been editing this video and I'm gonna have to make it into 2 parts because it's already 9 minutes long. So this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying stay tuned for part 2 of 6 turkeys and 2 roosters. Take care, God bless.